again. Welcome, welcome, welcome to a Moment of Harmony. I know many of you are probably on your way to work, already at work, or maybe even just having to completely catch this on a playback. That is totally fine. I really just want to make sure that there's a video available for you this week for this past weekend. And that we don't miss a moment. We're in the top of the new year. It's the first moment of the year. And unfortunately, while streaming on yesterday, um, did I stream? Yeah, I streamed on Sunday. So while streaming on yesterday, having a Sunday moment, there was a massive mishap where the entire video was deleted. An hour and 15 minutes of a moment. But I am in a space right now where I'm like, whatever is happening. Go with the flow and do what you know. Okay? Create things and allow things to work for you. So I rescheduled to be able to try to catch people on their way to the commute, give them some morning motivation, and or just have something available when you get off your lunch break, when you get home. Those that work from home, those that are homemakers, what have you. You'll have the video whenever you are ready, while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're prepping, whatever it is you are doing in your life. I just want to make sure you have a moment. We all need a moment to heal, to grow, to release, to exhale. And I am so, so excited and honored to be a part of your healthcare routine. So, welcome, 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 welcome. Happy New Year and happy first moment or something like a first moment of a moment of harmony. Those that did join me live yesterday and was able to watch the entire show, thank you so much. Bear with me because you're going to hear a lot of the same things you heard yesterday. Those words brand new. You're saying, hey, it is what it is. Let's get into it. Today's episode is entitled Big Up Your Blessings. We are in a motivational moments series. I'm sorry, I'm saying the wrong thing. Manifestation moments series. Let me do. I forgot my do not disturb, y'all. And we don't need anything sounding more crazy up in here. We don't need no disruptions, no mishaps. I'm sorry, that's shaking. I had to put the do not disturb. It just reminded me. But so we are in a manifestation moment series. We have been manifesting more. I'm in the last year of my 30s. We are in the last year of a lot of things, and we are getting closer and closer to wrapping up this manifestation series. We are about a month away. Literally, tomorrow will be a month away from wrapping up this entire series that we've been in for almost a year. It doesn't even feel like that. Look how fast the year went by. This has been one of our long series, and I have loved it, and I am going to miss it when it is gone and we get into another set of coursework. However, we are still in it now. We are manifesting more, and we are creating and the lives and the realities that we deserve and desire. So, big up your blessings is the title of today's episode, and we're going to get all up into it. Now, while I have used a massive amount of resources, articles, readings, conversations, dialogue with certain experts, while I have done so much to gather the information that I do use in our moments, for our manifestation moments, for the particular subject of the law of attraction, I have worked primarily out of The Secret, the books, the movies, the interviews, and all those types of resources, materials surrounding the brand of The Secret. And I'm going to start this episode off like I have done every episode in the manifestation series with an excerpt out of this awesome calendar book from The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. And then I'm going to get into our moment, Big Up Your Blessings, that is loosely curated around the subject matter of excerpt. So we're going to get into that this morning. Watch as much as you can. I know you're at work. I don't know if you have your earpiece in and you're able to just go ahead and get it in. But however you can, get in as much of the moment as you can. I am super duper grateful for you, and I am excited for us to get into a new level and a new season of making the best out of who we are, what we have, and gathering and gaining so much more. So, The Secret. Bear with me while I read this quick excerpt. It actually is a really, really awesome one. And you know what? I think it's going to be a good thing to do it again. You know? Okay, the law of attraction is impersonal. It operates just like a photocopying machine. The the law is photocopying what you are thinking and feeling in every moment and then sending an exact photocopy back to you, which becomes your life. That makes your ability to change your entire world so very easy. To change the outside world, all you have to do is change the way you think and feel, and the law of attraction will photocopy the change. Peace and welcome to a moment of harmony. Good morning. Have a great, great, and wonderful day. Um, the chat is coming in, and I'm super grateful. So, what an awesome analogy, right? What a super awesome analogy. It first starts off saying how the law of attraction is impersonal. It's not biased. It's not leaning in any particular high, great and beautiful morning, great rising. Um, it's not leaning in any particular direction. The law of attraction is not favoring you because you are male or female or because you have these accomplishments or what you look like. This is an impersonal operation. So the law of attraction is impersonal and it is literally only photocopying. This is what the excerpt is saying. This is the analogy that the excerpt used. A photocopy of your brain or what you're thinking, I'm sorry, a photocopy of your thoughts and your feelings and giving that back to you. And so what they are saying is literally whatever it is you are thinking and feeling, it is being emitted out into the universe and then it is just being delivered right back to you. Whatever reality you exist in, whatever circumstances you are dealing with, it is a product of, and creation of your mind state, your thoughts, and the actions that you follow out with that mind state and thoughts. And again, just the analogy, just the thought of everything I'm thinking being photocopied, taken and printed out and handed back to me and being called my reality, being called my circumstance. It really gives us so much more accountability and responsibility about the things that are around us, the people that are around us, the circumstances we find ourselves in. And it makes me think the when I read the excerpt and I read that analogy, one of the peace, how is everyone? Thank you so much. And I read the analogy. It made me think, and I know this is a little dated, and I'm telling my age, because now everything is electronic, right? Evites, flyers are electronic. They just get posted and texted. But there was a time when flyers, like promoters, it made me think about a party promoter, right? When there was a time when promoters would literally hand flyers out all the time, or you would find them in your car, you would find them in the mailbox, in the wedge of your house door, your front door, or and thank you so much. I'm extremely grateful. Thank you so much, Queen Tally. Um, or you would find them like in your the railing of the steps. You may find it in a little loophole. But there was a time when flyers would get passed out, right, in order to promote a party, in order to promote some type of event. Before social media, um, but people would literally walk around and hand out flyers. And of when I thought about this analogy of your thoughts being photocopied, printed, and handed back to you as your reality. And that's how the reality is working. That's how opportunities are coming to you. That's how circumstances are actualizing themselves in your life. That's what came into my mind, right? That time period. And so brought me these questions. It brought these questions to me, right? So we all know that it is our thoughts, it is our feelings, there are our actions that are putting out this projection to the universe about what we desire, what we deserve, what we're ready for, what we are in need of, right? So it made me think, why are we putting out, if I think about this party promoting with the flyers, why are the flyers that we are putting out about ourselves Why are they lacking? Why are they less than? Why are we presenting ourselves or promoting ourselves to the universe in lack? Why are we selling ourselves short when we're asking for what we want? When we're asking for, when we're putting out an energy for what it is that we need, what works for us, what doesn't work for us. Why are we selling ourselves short, right? Why are we why are we underrepresenting ourselves when it comes to the universe? Why is what we're photocopying or what we're saying works for us or what we need so mediocre, so low, so lax, so inconsistent, so unstable? Why are we putting this out there? When I thought about that, I said, you know what? In this moment, I want us to be able to gain the tools to recreate and recalibrate in all the ways we market ourselves to the universe and all the ways we put ourselves out there in our thoughts, deeds, and actions to say, this is what I'm ready for. This is what will work for me. This is what I really need. And again, I think with so much that we're exposed to and so much that we're going through, we are putting out so much into the universe that's coming back to us that is not serving us. We are being underserved, and it is not the universe that is underserving us. It is us that is underrepresenting ourselves. We are not fully actualizing. Hi at work. Yes, catch catch the replay. Do what you have to do. Yes, we are going to listen. For whatever reason, there needed to be a new one. We're doing it, and it's going to be there when you get off work. So thank you so much. I'm just responding in the chat. I know we watch the playback, we cannot always read. We never when the playback is going, you can't see what was going on in the chat. But I have some wonderful people in the chat talking to me this morning from work, and so do what you can. Do what you can. But as I was saying, it made me go into my thought process of why are we underselling ourselves? Why are we under promoting ourselves? What are the flyers? What are on the flyers of what we are sending out to the universe about who needs to come or what needs to come to this party we call life, right? So it made me think of these. I came up with these three W's on why and where we are selling ourselves short in representation to the universe, in marketing ourselves, in promoting our interests. And I came up with worthiness, weariness, and wastefulness, right? Worthiness, weariness, and wastefulness are where we are selling ourselves short. So on the first one, worthiness. We are we are in what I call a chatty culture. This is a chatty culture. There's so much to see. There's so much to be exposed to. There's so much to explore. I mean, information and access to information, images, lifestyles have just gone through the roof in the era that we're in currently. With that, we it has made us more sensitive to mistaking our desires with worthiness, meaning that we see things that we like, we see things that are alluring to us, we see things that we desire, and we think that because we want them, we have mastered worthiness within self, when in actuality we do not feel worthy deeply and genuinely. We see something, like I said, we have low vibrational attachments to the things that we're desiring. And when I say low vibrational attachments, I mean envy, coveting, obsession. We have these low vibrations, and we'll say, I deserve that. And we, again, are mixing that with the definition and the ideology around wanting something. We really are wanting a lot of things, but have yet to do the work of worthiness. Worthiness is internal. Worthiness is an inside job. Worthiness is never ever just seeing, thinking, wanting, wishing, and saying that should be mine. And so, what we have begun to do, especially now in this culture of overexposure, is we begin to say, We began to regurgitate quotes and memes. We began to imitate and repeat after others and others' lifestyles. And we've begun to get into this culture of comparison. But we have not at all been able to go inside of self, most of us regularly, go inside of self genuinely to say, it's not so much that I want someone else's lifestyle. It's not that I see that ring. It's not that I see those children. It's not that I see this car or this house or this restaurant or whatever that I'm looking at that's being thrown at me, that's being discussed around me. It's not that I'm just saying, I want it, I want it, I want it, and I'm talking to the universe and I'm saying, I want it, I want it, I want it, and then I'm looking out and saying, well, where is mine? Right? Because your desire for it was externally influenced, it is not coming from a place of worthiness. So that is a quick hack for all of us that are being overstimulated by the current culture of things and the current way that information comes to us. We digest it and we utilize it. I want you to know that if there is anything out there you're wanting, you're desiring, you're asking for, you're attempting to magnetize into your life, but it's coming from an external place, the desire is external. You want this because of the way you think people will look at you, treat you, see you. You want this because of the way you think um, you will be able to be a certain expectation for yourself in life, but you have not gotten to a place of I deserve this. This is something inside of me that I genuinely want for myself. This is something inside of me. I have done work in my worthiness. I know that my expectations are. I know that my standards are. I know that I am hardworking. I know that I am ambitious. I trust my vision. I trust my dreams. I believe in my worthiness for what it is I am asking for. What a lot of us are doing is not feeling worthy genuinely. We are wanting, but we don't feel worthy, and we are not tricking the universe. We are not tricking source energy. What's going out in our promotion flyer is I want this, but I don't think that I can truly have this. You're down um, sizing yourself in your emittance of energy of desire because you don't genuinely feel worthy and you cannot trick the universe on what you are actually ready for. Big up your blessings. Big up your blessings. So we get into the point where we say, I want this, but you only went to this school for this long, or, you've been divorced, or you have so much in your bank account. All of the things that play on people's minds, right? The untruths that we believe or the lack that we've subscribed to in our lives that start to diminish and lower our worthiness. And we are consistently saying, again, we will say it quick. We will give an affirmation. We will repeat a mantra. We will say, I deserve great things. Great things are coming to me easily. We have been really taught, even though your change of mindset does have a great deal to do with your self dialogue, you also have to be genuinely internalizing the things you are saying to yourself and 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 exuding that out into the world. So what I mean by that is that we get into a space where we'll say, I want more. I deserve at this point in my life to have X, Y, and Z, but I will settle. I will entertain. I will engage in less than, lack than. I will take what I can get for now. I will do what will work for right now. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with crawling before you walk. I'm saying that if you are crawling because you don't genuinely believe you can walk, if you are crawling, if you're addicted and you're attached to the crawling lifestyle because it sounds good to walk, run, or fly, but can you do that? Right? If in your mind you're saying the people in my family, the lifestyle that I'm in, the choices that I've made, the circumstances that I'm a part of. I don't know if I really can live this way. I don't know if I really do deserve. I don't know if I really will have. I don't know if I'm capable or qualifying. Our worthiness is not where we are marketing it. Again, we're in a very chatty culture right now where it is cool to say slick things, where it is great to say eye catching, ear catching, things. And again, I'm not discouraging anyone from their platforms and their dialogues and what it is they do. Do what's true to you, be true in it, because the universe is reading, like the excerpt said. It is not going off of your Facebook post, it is not going off of your text messages. It is photocopying your thoughts, your actual thoughts, your actual feelings about self and life, and it is delivering and returning it right back to you. So, getting to a place of worthiness, getting to a place where we understand that wanting something and being worthy of something within my own mindset, within my own gauge, within the measure of myself, are two very different things. And so I'm getting frustrated with manifestation. I'm getting frustrated with life because I'm constantly wanting and asking for something I'm not getting. And what you're not getting is what you're not believing you actually can have. The universe is not under delivering. You are under projecting. You are selling yourself short. You are under promoting yourself. What you, who and what you are, and what you see for yourself, you are sending that out on small frequencies of thoughts and not big ones. Big up your blessings. Big up your blessings. We want brand new levels of existence. We want healthier ways of being. We want grander existences of self. And grander doesn't have to mean golden staircases and big pianos in the foyer. Okay? We want to be healthy genuinely, happy genuinely, connected to great and wonderful healthy people. We want different connections. We want different resources. We want better access. We want to feel and love where we live, which is inside of self, which is inside of our lives. We want to sit down in a life that we are content with. We don't have to run from, pretend away from, escape from. We want these things, but do we actually feel worthy of these things? Worthiness is a great barrier. Worthiness is an inside job. Worthiness comes from the work you do with yourself. You cannot know what you desire if you don't know who you actually are. This comes from study. This comes from exercise. This comes from overcoming trials and tribulations and triumphs. This comes from doing great work on generational curses and releasing yourself and embracing yourselves in very loving and genuine ways. This is when you get to the point where you say, I am worthy. I've gone through too much. She's done so much. He believes this. He does this. She exhibits this. Tried and true. I believe in you. And a lot of us aren't doing that. We are still afraid of our own shadows, the shadow of our past, the possibilities before us. Some of us are even afraid of actual success, but we're wanting it. We're saying, I want this promotion. I want this certificate. I want this degree. And you still don't feel worthy. You still feel like an imposter in your own existence of the things you're going after. Well, if you feel like you should not have it, you are not fooling the universe in that. You can tell your friends, you can put it on the front of a t-shirt, but what you are actually marketing, the photocopy, is in your mind. It's your mind and your thoughts, right? There is not a pretty enough, beautiful morning blessings. Hi, babe. There is not a beautiful, there is not a fancy enough font for you to fool the universe on what it is you actually believe you should have for yourself. Worthiness, it is creating a barrier in how we are representing ourselves and promoting ourselves to the universe. When we put that flyer out and invite people, resources, opportunities into our party called life, we are underselling ourselves. And this moment is all about stop selling yourself short. Worthiness is one of the reasons you are under marketing yourself. Big up your blessings. What is great about you? What is great about what you deserve? What is great about where you've been and who you are and what you've learned? And that should be a part of your manifestation journey. I am asking for this in my life because I deserve it. I know I'm going to do with it. I'm clear about where I am. I can see it. I can taste it. I can feel it. That only comes from a worthy person. That comes from a person that knows very clearly the direction they are moving in with the desires that they have in their heart. And when I say direction, I'm not saying I know or you know where you're going to get your next or what the next method or roadmap or is going to be, but you do know this works for me. I This reality, this is not for me. We hear people say that all the time. I grew up, always knew it. I was different. I wasn't going to live like this. This wasn't going to serve me. I didn't want these types of relationships. I didn't want this type of reality. I wanted something more, and I knew I was going to have more. Worthiness. Worthiness shifts what comes to us. So worthiness is one barrier. The next barrier is weariness. This is a big one, y'all. And because we're on a commute to work, I don't want to have this moment go long. But this one I love to spend a little bit of time in. Because I think this is so overlooked in the massive barrier it causes with manifestation, our ability to being weary and how it causes us to under promote ourselves, not only in lives but in our ability to manifest, in our desires. We are tired, we're exhausted, we're overwhelmed, we're overstimulated, um, we are fearful, we're worried. We definitely live in a um, culture that thrives on fear mongering, right? And we are overwhelmed. We're in a society right now that pushes us into very unnatural spaces within self, meaning that we are real, living, breathing human beings, right? Living, breathing, bleeding human beings. But we are living in a space of a lot of artificial intelligence, artificial foods. The things that are coming to us are not real. It is overwhelming us. It is stunting us, right? It is um, causing us to, when we say fear, flight, fight, or freeze, a lot of us are in that place of survival. Fight, flight, and freezing is what it seems like we're only doing. Weariness is causing us to be able to go after life with enthusiasm. Peace. Hey, Sissy Boo. Good morning. I know you're already at work. Weariness is causing us to go after life with a lack of enthusiasm. It is causing us to want things that we don't really believe in anymore. Right? We've been hurt. We've been traumatized. We've been beaten down and downtrodden. And that is at the center of our broken hearts. When we are asking for better, when we are asking for more, when we're attempting to manifest, we are not in any way tricking the universe when we're saying, this is what I want. Because we're going in one direction to say, I want more, but it's coming from a place of exhaustion. I don't want to live like this. I can't do this anymore. I don't know if I can take it. I don't know if I have another year in me. I don't know if I have another. These are the ways that we're going after blessings. Does that sound like a way that you go after a blessing? Does that sound like a way that you go after greatness, that you go after expansion and opportunity? Or does it sound like a place of desperation? And does it sound like you'll take whatever you can get? Does it sound like any old thing will work? Anything but any place but where you are is better. That is what those are the places we are in our mentality when we are manifesting. And then we're getting confused on why the blessings that come to us are unstable, why they are temporary, why they are almost perfect but not quite, why they are barely there, why you can't be fulfilled, they're not sustaining. And it's again, we are manifesting from places of desperation, disparity. We're manifesting from places of depletion. And that is not going to be giving us, yielding the results that we want. We are begging instead of manifesting. And I am not preaching, I'm sharing this again, this lifestyle that we are in now is hard on the human being. The authentic beingness of being a living, breathing being. This is not a human friendly existence that we're in. We live in an existence where we are, the things that we need the most, we are being moved further and further away from them. We think that we're growing, we think that we're evolving, we think that we're expanding, but what's really growing and evolving is technology, is commerce, is some ways the economy, not for us, right? The the there are other elements opposite humanity that are growing. When we look at balance and Maya, how can all of these things be growing exponentially and humanity be not? We're talking about an imbalanced scale that is not human friendly. It is not great for us. We would not have come into this world with billions of other people in existence if we didn't need each other to grow, develop, and expand. If we didn't need to learn life amongst other human beings, right? If we didn't need to, but we're living in a time where we are still needing to grow. We are still needing to grow, heal. We are still needing to expand, but we're becoming more and more exhausted, and we are consuming and fueling ourselves with things that are more artificial. I did this big kick. I've been on this big kick for about the past 2 years of no artificial flavoring, um, no bioengineered anything. And I just found out that one of my favorite foods, like literally one of my staples that I probably have 2 or 3 times a week, um, is now contains a bioengineered ingredient. And so as humans, we are putting things in us. We are constantly around things that are not fulfilling us. We're not having human dialogue, exchange, and um, developmental operation. We, the bodies are being fake. Everything is being promoted to be fake, artificial, and not real. And I see you up there, Mr. Carter. You better be working too. I'm just messing with you. I just like, that's my homie. I like to mess with him. But we are in this society where, and it's not human friendly. It's not friendly for people who need real experiences, authentic exchanges, natural fuel. It's becoming very overwhelming for us, and it is making us weary. Economy is boosting, war and mayhem, things we've never thought we've ever things we've never seen and thought we'd never see. And what are we going to do with it? We're weary. We're dating online. Literally everything in our culture is changing, and we're having an emotional, physical, spiritual reaction to what is happening to us societally. Now, I am not against advancement. I am not against change and transformation. I am, however, against humanity and human beings not having natural access to what is needed for development. Wholesome experiences in community, wholesome experiences in growth and exchange. It deteriorates us, it's harming us, it's degrading us, it's breaking us down, and we're weary. And because we're weary, we're in survival mode and we're asking for things in survival mode. Anything will do. I'm so just give me something. Anything. Help me. Save me. This is how we're speaking in manifestation. The weariness is wearing on us. The strain, the fear of the unknown, the worry of the future, traumatic experiences in the past, they're keeping us from marketing ourselves and promoting ourselves accurately to the universe. I take in fresh fruits and vitamins, sunlight. I connect myself to nature, and therefore I expect things that expand me naturally to come into my life. That's a place that is coming from a place of worthiness and empowerment. And that is how we get sent things, but believing it, actualizing it, putting that out into the universe. But we're having a lot less of that, which brings me next to our next point, which is wastefulness, right? I recently I had a friend that put an article up about there's a new term called bed rotting. Bed rotting. They said Gen Z. They said that it's big for Gen Z, but I in the article that's what it said. But I believe that it's far outreaching Gen Z, right? I believe some of us millennials and even some of us in other areas of this scope of generational awareness are suffering from this bed rotting. Now, what they're saying about bed rotting is they're saying that there are a number, a massive amount of people who are spending 4 or more hours a day in bed, past sleep, not sleeping, not resting, but like in the middle of their day, the end of their day, 4 or more hours in their bed, doom scrolling as a means of pretty much shutting down, right? As a result of being overstimulated, overwhelmed by life. This also, speaking of this life, right? This life is a life that promotes that type of reaction to life, right? We live in a time where you barely ever have to leave the house. You can work from home, you can homeschool your children if you so desire. You can have food delivered to your home. You can have groceries delivered to your home. You can have goods that you need around the house, household necessities come through Amazon, right? We are in a time where we rarely have to even go outside of our homes. However, we pick up these same devices that we order everything on, and we are exposing ourselves to so much. We have news all around the world. We know what's going on in every country all the time. We are exposed visually, auditorily. We are being sensory exposed or overly stimulated sensorily by all of the things. I mean, you can watch someone get robbed. You can watch a dog get attacked by other dogs. I mean, but you don't have a way to process it. We're not around each other. We're not having actual conversations about, even when we have conflicts, right? They're over the phone, right? To text messages and emails. We aren't having the skills of sitting with people and having energetic exchange, which actually does raise our vibration, our mental, and balances out the mental stimulation. We're overly stimulated, underly productive, and it's because we are not having the balance of exchange and resolution with one another. So, it is causing wastefulness. We talked about worthiness being a blocker, weariness being a blocker, for how we are promoting ourselves, and wastefulness. We are wasting so much time. We're wasting time again, and that's why I say it's not just Gen Z. Because I saw an interview the other day of a woman talking about corporate America and how with the economy, how what the demands are doing in the corporate chains, and what the pressure that it's having on the workforce to be able to meet these demands that seem to be really unrealistic. So she talked about when she gets home, she literally works all day in an office setting, comes home and only has the energy, mentally or physically, to sit in the bed. It's the best, she said, it's the best thing she can do to prepare for doing it all again tomorrow. Weariness, wastefulness. Our productivity levels are not at all what they need, but we are constantly wanting the universe to produce for us better, more fulfilling experiences. But we don't have the energy for better, more fulfilling experiences. We don't have the vibration to promote and actualize a better, more fulfilling experience. Wastefulness, right? They talked again. Mommy Mercy, go ahead. They talked again about they're getting up out of here for school. Gotta go, gotta go. They talked again in the bed rotting, in this article on bed rotting, and I totally was like, duh, I know why we're in this space. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I know why we're in this space. I know why we're dealing with the things that we're dealing with. But do we know how it's affecting what we're asking for? Do we know why it's expecting how it's affecting what's coming back to us? We waste time, we waste good people, we waste energy, we waste our youth because we're worrying, because we're trapped in cycles and patterns. And then we're going back out again, like the excerpt said in the beginning. The universe is taking a photocopy of your thoughts, of your feelings, printing them out and handing them back to you, calling it reality. Right? I'm paraphrasing, but in so many words, this is what's happening. You are being served what you are believing. You are being served what you believe you can have, what you believe you can handle, what you believe is yours, what you believe you should have. You have fears that come in and cancel out requests. Sharing, not preaching. Literally will say, this is what I want. This is what I need. And then, I don't know if I can handle it. I don't know if that, but what if, am I ready? Can I? Should I? And we waste our time, our energy, our resources, our talents, our gifts. Again, we're living in a society that is overwhelming us, that is not allowing us to develop and operate naturally. It is becoming harder for us to humanly handle. And so we aren't robots. And so a biggest way for us to deal with it is to tap out. Tap out is causing us to be wasteful. Our ambitions are going down. Our hope is going down. Our enthusiasm, our top of the day is a little burnt out and dragged out. And therefore, what we are asked for is coming back to us tapped out, burnt out, dragged out, low, hanging on a handle. Because again, we're walking around with the SOS. The way, what you feel worthy of, you are projecting. What you are tired of, what you are worried about, what you are ideally holding heavy, you are projecting. What you are not in the space, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, to deal with. What you are not in the space to handle, to to face life exuberantly, that is coming back to you. When you are just, again, I have these opportunities. We live in this, what is it? I don't even want to say get rich quick, but it is a quick microwave ready reality right now. This is what's being pushed to us. This is the reality that is around us, right? People don't even want to take time to lose weight anymore. People aren't taking time to grow connections. People aren't taking time to heal. Trial and error and humanity, wasteful. We're wasting opportunity. We're wasting experience. We're wasting method. We're wasting development. And the wastefulness, again, we think people are a dime a dozen, right? You go on social media, you see how many people are alive. You go on a dating app, you see how many interests or likes you have. You go into, you know, the apps for Uber and you see how many, it's numbers. And we're wasting the human experience. And it is lowering our vibration, and it is not allowing us to appropriately be present in our blessings. It is not allowing us to appropriately promote who we really are. We're too tired. We're not productive enough to put in the work. And because we're not working, we aren't learning self. We aren't growing self. We aren't grounding and grooming self for success. We're grooming or we're living for survival. We're existing in survival. And we want the universe to give us more than that. And the universe has given us just enough to keep our head above waters. Just enough people to send a call or a text on a Happy New Year. Just enough money to keep you from going broke. Just enough time in your marriage or your relationship to not be called single. Just enough energy to interact with your children, enough to keep them going, get them to 18, 19, 20. Just enough is a reality that is not enough for us. Not for divine beings of supremacy. Not for enlightened, illuminated spiritual wealth that we are capable of, actually designed and built for. So we have to big up ourselves. We have to big up our blessings so that what we're putting out comes back to us bigger. Working through, learning through, audacious, brave, courageous, self-aware, self-accountable, self-developing. Because then what will come to me will continue to develop the right circles of people, the right rooms to be at, the right tables to sit at, the right connections to be a part of, the right conversations, the right methods and steps towards healing and growth and development. Those are the things I want to put out there that I must feel worthy of, that I cannot allow my trauma to keep me from, and that I cannot be so overwhelmed that I don't even know how to use what it is I have. Because that, putting that out gets that back. So, worthiness, weariness, wastefulness. They are keeping us from projecting or promoting ourselves. Remember I said looking at ourselves like the flyers back in the day. Whatever we put on that flyer is what comes back to us. We're saying to the universe, this is what I want. When we back, if you put a, again, I know we don't pass flyers out anymore. Just an analogy, metaphor, right? Metaphorically speaking. If back in the day, or even now, when we think about a flyer, what comes to us is whatever we promote, right? If you put Sesame Street and Barbie dolls and race cars on the front of a flyer, children are coming to your party, right? If you put a gaming bus and hot Cheetos and, you know, you're probably going to get some gamers to come to your party. This is your invitation. If you put on the flyer a tea party, you know, tea and hat, and we did that for my sister's birthday. You put some, you're going to get some women of a particular age and stage and coming for dressed up for a certain occasion. Never ever are you going to put out a flyer that shows, what is it, fast cars and chains and alcohol and all these things, and you're gonna get a bunch of hoity-toity posh people come to your party. What you advertise on your flyer is what comes to your party. And in this metaphor, the party is, or in this analogy, the party is life. And what are you promoting about your life? What are you saying is welcome in your life? What are you saying has a space in your life? Come to my party. Here there is growth. Here there will be development. Here there will be mental exchange, energetic electricity. Is that what is on your flyer, or is it doom? Is it dread? Is it fear? Is it stress? You're putting that out, you're getting it back, and you're saying that you're not getting what you want. It's not deserving. It's not about getting what you want when it comes to manifesting. It's about getting what you designed. What are you designing in your mind? So now we want to stop the blockages, stop and be able to begin to look at the factors that are keeping us from what we want. Now that we do that, now let's rebrand the representative, right? Let's rebrand the representative. So we all say we have a representative, right? Or there's at least a saying about the representative, meaning that when you go on a date, you put your best foot forward. You put on your best clothes, you got your best smile, you're on your best behavior. When you go for a job interview, you are making sure that you qualify for that job. You are letting them know that you are the one for the position. Your resume is top notch, shined and polished, and only the best goes into these types of areas with you. You're representative, right? You are saying, I am the best qualified when you put your best foot forward. I'm the best qualified for this position. I'm the best qualified to be your person of interest. I am the best qualified to be next in this opportunity. You're a representative. Now, when it comes to what we are promoting about ourselves, I am ready for us to rebrand the representative. Are you the most qualified for what it is you're asking for in this life? Are you the top? Is your best foot forward? And I don't mean temporarily or momentarily to get the job, to get the yes. We cannot trick the universe. It is everywhere, all knowing, source energy, omnipotent. You will not fool anyone by just dressing nicely, speaking nicely, and giving your list of experiences. Rebranding your representative means what I'm putting out there about myself is changing. Is she productive? Is she open-minded? Is she healing? Is she eager and excited about this life and what it has to offer? Does she believe in the vision that she sees? Has he or she begun to change what they are envisioning about this life? Rebrand your representative. Rebrand what you are promoting, the resume you're submitting to the universe about what you're best qualified for. I am no longer saying that I want, need, desire something great. I want to be respected at work. I want to be heard at home. I want to be valued in my relationships, but I'm quiet. I'm not going to stand up for myself in the office. I'm not going to speak truth to light. I'm not going to demand balance and reciprocity. I'm not going to settle for less than my standard, right? I am rebranding the representative. I know what she did last year. She doesn't look like that anymore. There's a reason why we go and we constantly revamp our resumes. It's because we gain more experience and knowledge that qualifies us for something different. Are you using an old? Are you in an old flyer? Are you using an old resume for what you want right now? She used to do something. She used to handle things this way. She used to deal with things. She used to care. He used to worry about how much he could get with his good looks and his money and his car. She used to care about what everyone else thought and what would make other people uncomfortable. She has rebranded her representative. What she was getting back was less than what she deserved and desired. She was living in a life that was subpar because she had a subpar existence, and now she is rebranding. I am worthy. I show myself by what I eat, by what my actions. I get up, I work out, I pray, I meditate, I journal, I, I focused in my job and my work. I put my vocations and my talents and my gifts on a pedestal, and then so does the universe. I consider myself genuinely and in a lot of ways primarily, and now so does the universe. I rebrand the representative. No more is my life all about what works for others people and a lot less about what works for me, because then I get a reality that looks like that. Why does it feel like everyone around me is happy and I'm exhausted or burnt out? Why does it feel like my, the CEO of the company can effortlessly put their child through college and I'm barely making ends meet? These are examples of realities that we are in because of what we represent. We say, this is good enough. Well, at least I'm doing the best I can, working out of places of lack and frustration and and again, a very remedial place within self. And we're not doing that anymore. We're rebranding the representative. When you get this flyer about me, universe, about my party, and what I'm inviting into my life, you are going to see that I have changed a lot about what I believe that I deserve genuinely, that I don't occupy spaces that aren't fulfilling, that I don't entertain opportunities that aren't empowering, that I don't belittle and downplay what it is that I have to offer, what it is that I am working with, and what I deserve in this life. I big up your blessings. When it comes to what you're putting out there, put out the best parts of yourself. What makes you amazing? What makes you? Are you loving? Are you kind? Are you genuine? Are you generous? What is it? Big up your blessings. Stop sitting in spaces, small spaces within self, wanting life to give you something bigger. Look, again, the universe photocopies your thoughts, prints them out, hands them to you, calls it reality. Big up yourself. Think more of yourself. Think more of what you deserve. Have the tough conversation. Gather the courage. Make the big choices. Get where you need to be within yourself in order to attract what you need for yourself. So, in a lot of ways, when it comes to rebranding, we're going to get ready to get out of here now. When it comes to rebranding the representative, when it comes to being able to say, you know what, I am getting this weird space of being, or this unsustained or unfulfilling space of being around me, and it's because you really don't feel sustained or fulfilled within self. And so, you know what? I'm going to change that. I'm rebranding the representative, the resume that I put out about being, I want to be most qualified for the husband I'm looking for. I want to be most qualified for the wife I'm looking for. I want to be most qualified for the career and the experiences, for the traveling, the things that I truly want, the traveling, the work-life balance, the peace. I want to be qualified for those things. I'm not going to be in here killing myself and saying that I want ease. I'm not going to self-sacrifice and saying that I want balance. I'm not going to say I want to thrive and I want to be abundant and you're a martyr for your money. So, and listen, I'm not against being productive and ambitious and having wealth and drive in your fields of being and knowledge. Great. Listen, your girl, big goals, big dreams, right? I am against host. I am against the hustle culture as far as working yourself to death and having nothing left to your quality of life after you've quantified your life, right? So my thing is in being somewhere where you're saying like, look, I'm not going to subscribe to this rat race in a way that it leaves nothing for my mind, my body, and my spirit. And then I'm consistently asking for things that are constantly just draining and pulling. I can remember being at work when I would always feel like I'm always the one, I have this load on me. It just gets heavier and heavier. And I need a break. I need time. I'm burning out. I'm not eating right. I'm not sleeping right. And that became such a focus because it was always just like, but the worry, the strain, the focus on that was keeping that going until I shifted the perspective and said, no more. I'm doing something that says I don't want to live like this and die like this, which in turn will make you die like this. I want, oh, excuse me. Hello and welcome. I'm sorry, all of a sudden I got this weird, like sinus pressure. I'm so sorry. Um, and so you, again, rebrand the representative. What I believe in now is myself, it's my gifts, it's my talents, or the things that I've gained for myself that can take me into spaces that value me but not run me down. I don't want to be drained. I don't want to be exploited. I don't want to be used. I want to be contributive, right? I want to be a part of progress and promise. I want fulfilling work that allows me to rest, that allows me to have balance in my life. We have to rebrand the representative. Now, we're going to get ready to close out, but I'm going to talk about really quickly one of the major things when it comes to manifestation, right? We have these blockages. We're sending out and we're promoting ourselves. We're under promoting ourselves. We're mismarketing ourselves to the universe, telling the universe that we are something that we aren't. We want things that we don't, and that things that are not important to us and don't serve us are what should occupy our lives. We do that in our actions and our thoughts all the time. We do that because of our lack of worthiness that we feel within self. We do that because of exhaustion and weariness. We're worn down and we don't have the energy to raise the vibration. And then the wastefulness. We're too overwhelmed, overstimulated to appropriately utilize the blessings and greatness about us in order to get more blessings and more greatness for us. We are now saying no more of that. We're rebranding our representative. We're revamping that resume towards the universe, right? That we're saying most qualified, best foot forward. This is who I am. This is what I want. And when I wake up in the morning, my top of the morning is bright. It is big. It is genuine. When I say good morning, it comes from a great place. It's not repetitive. I have rebranded who I am, and the morning is really good for me. The day is really prosperous for me. The future is really limitless for me. I really believe that, and I carry that, and that's what I market. That's what I promote. That's what's on my flyer to my party for people to, and things and opportunities to come to called life, right? Rebrand the representative. One of these big things, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time because we have to get out of here. We're over an hour already. One of the big things, and I hope that we get this big time, again, not preaching, sharing. We're so overwhelmed. We're so under socialized. We're so under culturalized. We're so, and by all that I mean underdeveloped. We're becoming malnourished in human exchange and development. The imbalance, there's a great imbalance on the things we actually need. The communication, the skills, the compassion, the empathy, like we just are becoming desensitized and robotic in this life that we're in, and it is greatly deteriorating what is capable for us, what we're capable of. Excuse me. In what we are capable of being diminished, one of the biggest issues with that is that we are not going after this life with all that we have inside of us that we are capable of going after this life with. So what then happens is we get so overwhelmed, we get so worried, we get so stuck, we get so over stimulated, we get defeated, downtrodden, beat down about reality and what it has to offer us, and we wait for something different to happen. We wait for some change to happen. We want someone else to do it for us. We want something to come through and make it better for us. We're waiting for this breakthrough. We're waiting for this massive change in our life. And we become in a standoff with success. According to the excerpt that we read at the beginning of the morning, or the moment in the morning, at the beginning of the moment, it says that the universe is photocopying your thoughts and feelings, printing them out, handing them to you as a reality. If you're waiting on life to hand you something, that life is essentially waiting on you to hand it, you are not only hustling backwards, but you're having a standoff with success. You're looking at life and saying, give me something different. Give me something to motivate me. Give me something to be hopeful about. Give me a reason to want to get up and want to work out and want to make more money. Give me hope. Give me a partner. Give me strength. Give me friends. Give me a new job. Give me a boss that believes in. Give me something that keeps me going. And life is saying, no, you give me something that keeps you going. You're saying, give me something that keeps me well, that saves me, that lifts me up, that makes me who I should be. And life is saying, I can only give you what you give me. So you give me something that lifts you up. You give me something that shows you who you really are. You give me something worth living, and I'll give it to you. And you're in this standoff with success, and it is impeding on your ability to manifest more. It is you it is causing you to have so much less than what you're capable of, because again, life can only return what you provided. So being able, when you're just sitting there and say, I'll sit here at this job until I'll be in this fruitless, harmful relationship. I'll be around these people that I outgrew a long time ago. I'll sit in these circumstances. I'll use these outdated methods for parenting or relationships that don't work. I'll keep doing this stuff until I get something that shows me I can do better. I should do more. I have more to do it with. And so you're saying that I'm just waiting on an answer, waiting on a savior, waiting on a breakthrough, and the whole time life is waiting on you. Whole time. No, you change the vibration. You shift the relationships. Now I'm going to give you a quick example of this, right, that I saw yesterday that was so motivating. And then we're going to get out of here. There's a country singer that I really love. He's fairly new in the past couple of years, named Jelly Roll. I love Jelly Roll because he has a very soulful sound that comes from gut, you know what I'm saying, from your spirit. Soulful sound, but he has a like punk rock vibe, but he's a country singer. Super dope artist. Like, I love very unique, multifaceted artists. Jelly Roll is one of those artists. Jelly Roll came onto the scene and he was 500 pounds. He recently did a weight loss journey. He did this whole mini doc about a weight loss journey that he went on in order to change his life. And it was crazy because I can't tell you how many times I've watched Jelly Roll perform or seen a video, and I was just like, whew, extremely extraordinary talent. Big guy. Big guy. He said that he got to the point where he had managed to obtain everything in this life that he had desired. The fame, the money, the home, the wife, and he could not enjoy it. And that prompted his weight loss journey. He said he barely could walk and breathe. He couldn't hang out with his friends. He barely could spend his money with people. He has this beautiful wife. He said he couldn't even sleep in the bed with his wife because of his size. They couldn't even share a bed together. He said he had this life that he wanted, that he desired, and he got almost everything he wanted, and he couldn't even live the life that he wanted because he was too big. He started to do research on different type of weight loss drugs, and he was afraid to use them because the one that he looked into had different types of side effects, and one of the side effects could have been like vocal cord drying, and he felt like it would affect his voice, which is his gift, which is his instrument, which is keeping him, which is the tool that he's using for his success, right? And he felt like he wasn't going to use the weight loss drugs because it may interfere with his ability to sing, and it may interfere with his career. But he knew he needed to do something, and he reached out to a weight loss expert, a natural weight loss expert. And the person told him, this is the point of my whole example going into this documentary, right? The doctor that he spoke to said, if you're ready and you're willing, we're going to get you losing the weight. So he told Jelly Roll the first week to just walk back and forth to, Jelly Roll, of course, has a huge house, gated, massive long driveway. He told him to walk to his back and forth from his mailbox every day for a week. Go to your mailbox and walk back. He said on the second week, you walk to the second mailbox in your neighborhood. Second mailbox, your mailbox back. Every day for that second week. Third week, third mailbox. Fourth week, fourth mailbox. Did that for a month. A month of every day, Jelly Roll never being able to miss a day of walking to the mailboxes in his neighborhood and back home. He had lost so much weight in that first month that they then felt comfortable and safe to put him on another workout regimen. They got a mental health specialist involved for his emotional eating and traumas. They got his chefs, of course, he has personal chefs, and they got them involved on completely revamping his menus and his diet. And he lost, and he went from, and his goal was to get on the front of Men's Health magazine. And he went from 500 pounds to like 280 pounds in the time frame that he was documenting his weight loss. And again, not using any drugs because he was afraid of the side effects and that it would impact his career. So he went after the hard way, the old school way. And he talked about how now he breathes better, he feels better, he looks better, he plays sports with his family, he has a better life with his wife. He just talked about the quality of life. But initially what he said was that he asked for a life that he couldn't fit into. And he didn't wait until he got sick enough to lose weight, till he got sad enough to lose weight, till something crazy happened and he lost weight. He rebranded his representative. He sent a message out that he wanted to be healthier, that he wanted progress, that he wanted the full picture in his mind. And so we have to be able to get to the point where we stop selling a half picture to the universe that then presents a half result to us. What you desire, you deserve. You have to believe that, you have to demonstrate that, you have to breathe that, you have to project that, and then you will change. The excerpt says, when you change the photocopy, a different result comes to you. When the universe is photocopying your thoughts and ideas and feelings, and it is printing them and giving it back to you. If you want a different reality, you have to change the picture. That's what Jelly Roll did. That's why I brought up his story. He changed the picture. He changed what he looked like. He changed what his life felt like. He changed the trajectory of his health and longevity. He didn't just wait. He wasn't in a standoff with success. He wasn't just saying, okay, I've gone this far. Now what? Help me. Make me. Change me. He's saying this is what I want, and this is what I'm implementing so that this becomes a reality and more abundance comes to me and more opportunities come to me. And the things that I thought that I could never have, I now have, and it is because I offered something different to life. And life returns something different to me. Yes, don't answer that call. Don't go hang around that person. Don't sign up for that less than, lack than opportunity. Don't hide yourself, dim yourself, down yourself. Don't take less than what you worked and earned for. Go and let this life know what you're made of and what you're capable of, and allow these beautiful, abundant blessings to grow into a reality that is yours. You are worthy, you are deserving, and it is a brand new year, 2026. It is time. It is time for you to have what it is. We are wrapping up a manifestation series. We have a month left. I was going to say less than a month. We have a month left in our Manifesting More series. When we finish manifesting this, the tools, the perspective shifts, the ideas, the methods, the processes around how we purge and purify ourselves in order to open ourselves for more. When we gather and gain all of these things in one place, which is the center of self, the sky is the limit. Keep growing, keep glowing, keep believing, keep changing, keep manifesting more. It is the last year for a lot of things in your life that no longer serve you. I'm touching and agreeing with you on that. And we are going to get out of here. Have a wonderful day at work. I'm sure most of you are like in work. And you're going to have to catch this on the playback. Totally fine. Have a wonderful, wonderful day at work. Have a wonderful week. Have an extraordinary new year. Go ahead. Big up your blessings. Big yourself up. You are great. You are wonderful. You are worthy. Don't just say the words. Be that in your actions. Step up in your life and make the necessary changes. Stop sitting around ho humming, waiting for something to happen. Make it happen, Captain. Right? Get your life crack-a-lacking, because you're amazing and you were built for so much more. I promise you. The design of the human, the design of humanity, like I always say, I get in the lab, right? I'm a spiritual scientist, and I get up inside of the spirit of things and the operation of human potency and potential. We are extraordinarily limitless and endless, I promise you. But you have to get in there and explore yourself, believe yourself, and draw things in for yourself. The things this mind and this heart can do, get up and do it. Do it for yourself. Big up yourself. Talk big about yourself. Believe big about yourself. Do more for yourself. This mediocre, not for us, weren't designed for it. You weren't designed for anything small. You are a reflection of creation. And therefore, anything your heart and mind can truly wrap itself around can be tangible in your life. So go on and take really good care of yourself. Really, really good care of yourself. Do great things for yourself today. Stop, take the breaks, take the nap, take the walk. And then go on out of your way and take really, really good care of someone else. I love you all so much. Thank you for the retake and the restream, because okay, life done started off life and already in 2026, but I'm not mad at it. It's demanding more. It is going to bring more out of us all, and we are more than capable. You ready? Big up yourself. Big up your life. It is grand and beautiful. I love you all so much. I'll see you next week for another moment of harmony. Thank you, my love. Have a great day at work. I'll see you all later.